Okay, so buckle up because today we're diving headfirst into a conspiracy theory that's, well, out of this world.
Literally.
It's about the Vatican, ancient secrets, those shadowy vaults they've got.
Oh, you know about
Who
those.
doesn't? But here's the kicker. What if they're hiding more than just historical documents? What if they hold proof of extraterrestrial life?
Now that's a deep dive.
And we're going deep. We've got this report, lays out the whole thing. Not just the claims themselves, but why this theory is so sticky.
hmm
Why the Vatican, of all places, is at the center of it.
It's a fascinating one, that's for sure. And to really understand its appeal, we have to rewind a bit. Back to the 20th century, actually.
Setting the stage, got it.
Exactly. Picture this. Post-World War II, Cold War anxieties running high, UFO sightings on the rise, governments suddenly very hush-hush about what they're seeing up in the skies.
Perfect recipe for some good old-fashioned conspiracy theories.
Exactly. Distrust in authority was at an all-time high. And here you have the Vatican, this institution shrouded in mystery, literally locking away documents for centuries.
People were bound to connect those dots.
Right. It's like a real-life Da Vinci Code, except instead of Holy Grails, we're talking aliens.
And the best conspiracy theories, they always tap into something deeper, right? Our fascination with the unknown, the possibility that we're not alone in the universe.
Exactly. And the Vatican, with its long history of theological debate, its claim to hold universal truths.
It becomes the perfect breeding ground for these kinds of questions.
Like a lightning rod. Suddenly, it's not just about government cover-ups anymore. It's about the very nature of humanity, our place in the cosmos.
Big stuff.
Huge. And to really understand how we got here, we need to talk about the church's relationship with science.
Which, let's be honest, hasn't always been smooth sailing.
That's putting it mildly. The Galileo affair, anyone.
Right. Forced to say the Earth wasn't the center of the universe.
Hmm.
Not exactly a glowing endorsement of scientific progress.
No, but like most things, it's complicated. Take the Vatican Observatory, for instance.
Wait, the Vatican has an observatory like with telescopes and everything?
Oh, yeah. And labs, and a whole team of astronomers. It's a real modern research institution. Been around for centuries, actually.
So they're actively studying the stars.
They are. And that in itself adds a whole other layer to this conspiracy theory.
Okay, now that's just too good. So they're looking for aliens while simultaneously covering them up.
Well, that's what some people believe. And then you have figures like Monsignor Corrado Balducci.
Who's that?
He was a Vatican theologian, late 20th century, caused quite a stir when he publicly discussed the possibility of extraterrestrial life.
He came right out and said it.
More or less. Argued that believing in aliens didn't contradict Catholic faith. Said it was perfectly plausible that God could have created other intelligent beings out there in the universe.
Wow. And how did people take that?
Let's just say it threw some fuel on the conspiracy theory fire.
I bet.
Yeah.
Here you have a high-ranking Vatican official saying aliens might be real. People are going to wonder what else they know, right?
Exactly. And that's where things get really interesting.
So we've got Cold War paranoia, UFO sightings, a theologian dropping truth bombs about aliens. Where do we even go from here?
Right to the heart of the conspiracy. The Vatican secret archives.
Ah, those infamous vaults. Miles of shelves, ancient texts, locked away from prying eyes.
It's practically a conspiracy theory goldmine. I mean, just imagine what they might have in there.
Okay, I'm imagining. Give me some conspiracy theory gold.
Think about it. First contact accounts, maybe even alien tech blueprints hidden among centuries-old papal decrees.
Okay, that's a visual. Secret documents detailing alien encounters tucked away next to, like shopping lists from the Renaissance.
See, that's the beauty of it. It plays right into our deepest fears and desires. We crave that hidden knowledge. And what better place to keep it secret than the Vatican?
So the theory goes, they're not just observers, they're active players in this whole thing.
Exactly. Part of a global cover-up, working with governments, silencing witnesses, all to keep the truth about aliens under wraps.
This is where we get into, like, Majestic 12 territory, right? Shadowy organizations, men in black, the whole 9 yards.
Oh, absolutely. The Vatican becomes this ancient power broker in a cosmic conspiracy, pulling strings behind the scenes for who knows how long. But let's shift gears a bit.
Wait, there's more. I thought we were just getting to the good part.
Oh, there's always more. But this angle gets really interesting. We've talked about the historical context, the secrecy.
Yeah.
What about the theological implications?
Right. Aliens and religion, how does that even work?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Theological dynamite, really. Think about it. If we're not alone, a lot of core Christian beliefs get, well, complicated.
Okay, like what? Give me an example.
Original sin, for starters. That whole idea of humanity being inherently flawed because of Adam and Eve. What happens if there are other intelligent beings out there who aren't descended from them?
So are aliens exempt from sin? Do they get their own version of Jesus?
Nobody knows. But these are the questions this theory forces us to grapple with. And then there's the even bigger question of salvation.
Okay, yeah. Does Jesus' sacrifice, does that only apply to humans on Earth? Or does it extend to aliens too?
Exactly. Does every planet get a savior? And if so, was it still Jesus? It's enough to give a theologian a headache.
More like an existential crisis. I mean, if the Vatican really does have proof of aliens, that challenges their whole claim to authority, doesn't it?
100%. If they're wrong about humanity's unique place in the cosmos, what else might they be wrong about?
Right. Talk about shaking things up. So, are they covering it up to protect their power? Or is there another reason why they're being so cagey about aliens?
Well, it's not like they've been totally silent on the topic. There have been some surprisingly open-minded statements from Vatican officials in recent years.
Wait, really? Like what?
Remember Father Jose Gabriel Funes, the former head of the Vatican Observatory? A few years back, he said that believing in aliens wouldn't contradict Catholic faith at all.
You actually did that?
He did. Said it was totally possible that God created other intelligent beings out there. Even suggested that aliens could be considered part of God's creation, too.
Wow. So it's not like the Vatican's completely anti-alien then?
It's more nuanced than that. And it raises the question, if they're part of this big cover-up, they're not doing a very good job, are they?
So we've got the Vatican, maybe sitting on proof of alien life, maybe grappling with the theological implications, maybe just playing it cool.
It's a head-scratcher, that's for sure. But it begs a bigger question, doesn't it? One that goes beyond just this conspiracy theory. What if they actually told us? What if tomorrow the Vatican or any world power came right out and said, yep, aliens are real?
Okay, now that would be huge, like world-changing huge.
It would turn everything on its head. Religions scrambling to reinterpret their doctrines, scientists in overdrive.
Imagine the headlines. The internet would melt down.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Think about the societal impact. Art, music, literature, everything would be viewed through this new lens. Our whole understanding of humanity's place in the universe completely upended.
It'd be like bigger than the moon landing, bigger than, I don't even know what.
Yeah. Exactly. It's almost impossible to wrap our minds around. And then there's the geopolitical aspect. How would different countries react?
Oh, man. Would we band together?
Yeah.
Or would everyone start fighting over, like, dibs on first contact?
And who gets to control the technology? Who gets to speak for Earth? We're talking about a whole new world order.
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And a little terrifying, if I'm being honest. But even just thinking about it, speculating about it, it makes you realize how much we take for granted, you know?
Absolutely. The very act of asking these questions, it forces us to confront our assumptions about, well, everything. What it means to be human, to have faith, to exist in this vast and mysterious universe.
It makes you realize we might not have all the answers.
And that's okay. In fact, that's where the real excitement lies. In the unknown, in the search for answers.
Right. Who cares if the Vatican has secret alien files? What matters is that we keep exploring, keep asking the big questions.
Precisely. That's how we learn, how we grow, how we push the boundaries of human understanding.
Well said. So, to our listeners, keep those minds open and those imaginations running wild. Who knows what mysteries are still out there waiting to be uncovered? Until next time, keep diving deep. Okay, so buckle up, because today we're diving headfirst